Keep Our NHS Public nationally. And I'm also part of the Save Lewisham Hospital campaign. And the person that just spoke so movingly from DPAC just then, who was explaining what a vicious character Jeremy Hunt is, we should just remind ourselves that solidarity can lead to victories. DPAC have been fantastic in their campaigning for rights for disabled people, and they've made some important victories themselves. The Save Lewisham Hospital campaign took on Jeremy Hunt 4 years ago. 3 years ago, almost to the day, in October, we beat him in court for a second time at judicial review, and he lost his attempt to close Lewisham Hospital. Now, Lewisham Hospital is a run-of-the-mill district general hospital. It's a very good hospital. The reason I'm going to just say something about that is that the government intends to close all the district general hospitals up and down the country that they can, and their plan is explicitly at least a third of district general hospitals. In South East London, they'd already closed Queen Mary's Hospital Sidcup, which took out about 400 beds. And when they tried to close Lewisham Hospital, that was going to be another 400 beds. And that would have just frankly been dangerous. Now, 3 years on, with the SDPs and the commissioning plans, the commissioners themselves have admitted that they need the equivalent of 700 more beds. And if they'd closed Lewisham Hospital, it would have caused absolute pandemonium and disaster in South East London. One of our supporters in our campaign was the London Ambulance Service, who was saying that the government and the NHS England was just incapable of joining up the dots as they were trying to close North Middlesex, Ealing, Charing Cross, St Heliers, Lewisham, and London was going to be descending into chaos. I'm a retired paediatrician, and I worked for my professional life working with children with disability, including mental health problems, and some very moving speakers today. I spent 20 years in Lewisham building integration between Lewisham Social Services, Lewisham Education, Lewisham Mental Health, Primary Care, Community Health Services, which I was part of, the voluntary sector itself. 20 years, and we made some really significant progress, and it's had, for example, one of the best autism services in the country. You could wreck in 6 months what's taken 20 years to build up. And that's what the government is trying to do now. It is a massive corporate vandal who is trying to trash this NHS for ideological reasons, wanting to deliberately underfund it, wanting to de-skill it, wanting to wind it down. It won't actually destroy it, it won't disappear. And on the other hand, I know the NHS isn't perfect, we all know that. It wasn't even perfect at the beginning of this government's regime in 2010. There were many people in the health service giving their life to try to improve the health service. General practice has always been underfunded, has always been under pressure, but never more so than now. So all of these things, we know that the health service has got a long way to go, but the government is just vandalising what we were trying to put together, trying to knit together, and they have stolen the word integration. So that we now say we don't want integration. Actually, we want integrated services for people who need them. We don't want integrated management and integrated budgets where you have one leaky bucket of an NHS budget welded onto a leaky bucket of social care, so that you actually have an integrated service of nothing, delivering nothing. So we in Keep Our NHS Public say thank you very much for organising this event today, but what we must do, what we must do is continue to escalate working together. So Keep Our NHS Public proposed this Alliance Health Campaigns Together, which has been going now, we're into our second year, and we are calling this demonstration jointly with People's Assembly on the 4th of March. So we ask you, we will be there on 28th of January with you again. You're trying to knacker us, aren't you? But thank you very much for organising that. We'll be there in January. Please come to the organising meetings. Consider, if you're not in Keep Our NHS Public, consider joining it. If you're not, if you are, but if you're in another organisation, consider being part of the Alliance Health campaign together. The Conservatives are brilliant. They have their battles in behind closed doors, but they come out and attack us with a united front. We need to be more united than they are to defend our NHS. Otherwise, as you've said, we will lose it and people will die. So thank you very much, and be together.
Thank you.